I also want to acknowledge someone who showed up today, just met him on Saturday at the Oscar Film Summit. His name is Richard Gibbs. Just wanted to see if he can show himself to everybody. If you can stand up, Richard. Richard was one of the few people at the Oscar Film Summit who was on a panel with a lot of Academy Award winners who said that he is willing to take one, maybe two students, whether it be high school, community college, or university, and offer up an opportunity for them to work with a student. So if you know who Richard is, give them on IMDb and recognize. I also want to have Rochelle Jefferson, just met her also at the Oscar Film Summit. Can you please stand up? She's got a wonderful story to tell. She works for LAUSD. And she's one of the people who has learned through a generation of educators. And one of the things we want to do is to open all of the things that we have learned about working with public schools. And we want to open up all of our information, our data analysis with LAUSD, and hope that they can receive it and help us figure out how to help them help us be better mentors. So thank you, Michelle. I also want to recognize Dr. Lynn Holloway. If you can please stand. Terrence and I are filmmakers and technologists, but we found our way through Compton, through Dr. Holloway, about 4 years ago. And she is the great niece of a Tuskegee Airman who was shot down and killed in action in 1945. And because of Dr. Holloway, we were given an invitation to work with her class, work through the district, and learn as much as we have about public schools. So again, I want to thank Dr. Holloway for introducing us to Compton High School, Compton Unified School District. I probably did some people, but I'm going to turn it back over to Dr.
So we have one last minute for Little Bray. We'll say we'll close the comment here.
You can go back there, it's all right.
Tariq was so on point about talent. How many of you ever heard of Freeway Rick? Raise your hand.
Oh yeah, Freeway Rick.
Freeway Rick. He was a gentleman from LA. He was illiterate. And he made over $1 billion+ doing something illegal. Went to jail. I met him here in Kansas City, as a matter of fact. And he was telling his story, and his story was not that about the money he made. It was about the fact that he made the hustle because he didn't know anything better to do. But when he got to prison, he was taught how to read. He has read 300 books since he was in prison and released, and he is now taking skills, knowledge, and abilities that he had innately inside of him. Just like Tariq said, there's a lot of talent, not just in that room, but in the streets. And we've got to get them sooner and go further and further, because it's there. We've got a great nation, but everybody's got to be allowed to come forward. All of you in the room, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you all for being part of this, and thank you for allowing me to be part of your lives. Thank you.